Esau was creating through the spirit, on the left hand side. He giving people the jab, and he pushing out like more so-called like pestilences, saying that how like there's always a new variant all of a sudden, like you see during the pandemic, and even to this day they claim that there's new variants and strains of COVID. This devil's like just making up a line about shit sometimes, like and he's the one that's basically making the diseases, because if you take the jab, you get the jump shot, that's you basically getting sick of the disease. The Esau is developing in his laboratory. And then another thing too, the fast food, GMO food that Esau's pushing, in our communities, these stupid ass people, they don't do their research. And what the funny thing is, Esau does is like, he had the whole thing with Simpsons talking about how, the burgers, that was made. You remember how they were pushing out the cheap burgers a couple months back, last year? Yeah, remember that? Yeah, the 50-cent burgers, whatever. Yeah. Wendy's and McDonald's. Yeah. And then the thing is that like Wendy's had like a whole E. coli outbreak. I think it was like a year before now, 2 years, if I'm not mistaken. So this shit is stupid, and that shows you right there that Esau is a fucking devil. But you could bring out 2 Ezra chapter 15 verse 5 to 6. Oh, you don't got the? I got the part right here. Yeah. Just bring it out. So, I don't know. 2 Ezra chapter 15 verse 5 to I'll just continue. It says, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. Exactly how the souls of the just complain continually. When people go up in the spirit world and die, that soul eventually, if it's an Israelite, he's gonna understand who he is as a nation of people, and he's gonna be pleading with the Father, like, when you gonna come back and allow us to rule, like, when you're gonna put this devil, this Esau, so-called white man, when you gonna put him down and put him in captivity? You know what I mean? Because like everybody, when they die, they go to the spirit world, and that talks about, that's written in the book of Job, that it talks about how the rich and the poor man, they are at peace, in the spirit world. You know what I mean? There's no thing called a hell where you burn forever. That's a lie, man. That's a Greek myth. So what you call it? That's pretty much what it is. And the Lord, like, what he's gonna do, he's also gonna bring out not a lot of pestilences, by way of like more diseases, outbreaks. He's gonna also go as far as pushing out outbreaks that maybe happen, like, in the food or so, because these people, they're not even eating right any damn way, and we really are honestly living in the shared mercy of the Heavenly Father, because all the plastic that's pushed out in this society, the shit they doing to the food, cellular agriculture, shit that they're doing with plants. This devil Esau trying to like copy Spice gene. You don't even have real food, to be honest, because like shit, they say they claim it's real cheese. That's just that's shit. It's not even probably an extract of real cheese. It's probably some artificial shit they made up, and so there's always a lie with labels, and you gotta really do your research on shit. So that's how honestly speaking, this devil Esau, he's really just disgusting when it's coming to how he pushes out chemicals in the food, push out chemicals in your day-to-day products, and they're talking about like they gotta recall certain products from companies, name brands. All that space too. Why? But let's see. Yeah, but anyway, so back to what I was saying. You could just hold out Revelation 16 verse 1. will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and basically Egypt is going into the land of our captivity. And this is spiritually Egypt, because like when you read the book of Revelation, that land that's spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, that's talking about America, you know. And Egypt going into like the land of our captivity, you know, because this land also symbolizes Egypt, because when you look at the behind the dollar bill, it goes into a pyramid, you know, with the all-seeing eye. You know, that all-seeing eye goes back to Horus, the eye of Horus. When you look into Egyptology, you study about their false idols, you're gonna see those things, those similarities, you know. And another thing too, when it's coming to similarity between how America and Egypt, America is basically one of the countries that has the highest level of idolatry, that's pushed, you know, idol worship. And that's basically what happened in ancient Egypt as well. They were very polytheistic, and you see people in this day and age, they're polytheistic too. Because, you know, the thing about like who you set up as your God, you know, it shows through your actions. You know, like you into money so much, you know, that's a God, that's an idol right there. You know, you into drugs, that's an idol, a God right there. You know, you into woman, that's your idol right there. And shit. And out of all idols, I say that having a woman is the worst, because shit, you know, they have you to do so much wickedness that your ass will end up in prison, you know, and then here it is, she getting her back blown out by another nigga, you know, while your ass is suffering and rotting in prison. But, you know, that's the wisdom of this world, you know, putting your head off the woman's ass. That's what they teach, you know, a lot in a lot of films that they push out in Hollywood, you know. So that. And verse, let me see, 11, verse 12, it says, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with a plague and punishment that Yahweh shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail, laughing and hail, and with fear of the constellation. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Right? Because woe is talking about death and destruction, and that's basically what's going to happen. You know, the Lord is going to open his, you know, that pale horse, talking about, you know, mass death is going to happen. You know, when you read the book of Revelation 6th chapter, you know, going into the horses, you know, he's going to unleash those horses. You know what I'm saying? Like the pale horse and the black horse, you know, that's ready to be unleashed very soon. And that's what we look forward to the Spirit. But you see a pork chop bastard eating pastor ain't going to go into that. You know, he ain't going to go into those type of prophecies. You know, we're still waiting on it, you know. But, well, I mean, we're not waiting on it, but, you know, people that still into that bugged out Christianity, they, through the Spirit, you know, we look at it like they just waiting on it, but they never gonna get it, because pastors don't got the answers in the Christian churches. So, bring out, this is like 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 37. And it says, behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. Right. So the thing is that, you know, those plagues, like there's one thing that happened in Michigan. There was a it happened like a few weeks ago about this whole outbreak of I think it was if I'm not mistaken, it probably was like a measles outbreak, if I'm not mistaken, but it mentioned, let me see. And there's another one that happened literally, there's a severe flu outbreak that's happening a day ago. So yeah. So that's still, that's spiritual. That's spiritual.
Oh, come on, no!
No. It's okay. It's alright.
No, it's alright. It didn't hit any. No, it was close though.
Oh wow, the dog almost feet on the. It was
tripod.
close.
It's a good tripod, by the way.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, it was a measles outbreak. Yeah, I was right. So yeah, they mentioned that as a return of measles, and they claim that it happened because of a travel. You know what I mean? Like they say that, and that's what Esau's also pushing too, because he claimed that when you go to different countries and stuff like that, that you know there's outbreaks that's being pushed out. So that's so Esau's like going as far as like trying to have like a hidden a wicked agenda to go as far as like trying to like like even during into the city not be able to. So verse 37
decided to go into the city and not be able to.
And 2 Ezra chapter 16 verse 37, it says, behold, the plagues draw nigh and are now slack. As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son within 2 or 3 hours of her birth with great pains, pass her womb, which pains when the child coming forth, they slack not a moment. Exactly. So that pain is continual. There's no way to reverse it, no way to, rewind back in time and be like, it's going to slow it down. It's continuously going through. It's like when you get a big ass cut, somebody like in the hood give you that $150, you know what I'm saying, or whatever type of injury that you gotta go through. Well, you're feeling that pain. There ain't gonna be no pause on that. You're gonna feel it all out. Yep. And it says in verse 39, it says, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it every side. Yeah. So it says verse 40, oh my people, hear my words, make you ready to the battle, and in those evils even as pilgrims upon the earth. So there'll be a point in time where we're gonna have to give up everything that we cared about so much in this world, and then we're gonna have to just basically go as far as being as pilgrims, leaving everything behind, forsaking everything, and basically that's what's gonna come down to the pipeline. And the funny thing is, a lot of people in the world anyway, they're gonna have to do it even if they take the CHIP. They're gonna have to forsake a lot of things, because the Lord is just gonna naturally take it away from them, and basically you're gonna have to look forward to these things happening anyway, because Esau, these newly found diseases and outbreaks, that Esau's claiming, they're gonna try to do a second lockdown. And Esau said, I forgot who it was. I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, his last name was Kissinger. I don't know if it was, I forgot the name of the Edomite that said, never let a good pandemic go to waste.
Never let a good crisis go to...
Yeah, never let a good crisis go to waste. Exactly.
Yeah, something like that.
So they're going to milk something out of that pandemic, man. Out of the second one. And they said the second one shall get your attention, They always say that every winter they claim it's flu season, right? That's what they say on every winter. I remember they had the MTA, they tell you that it's flu season to make sure that they give you this warnings to make sure that you always bundle up or whatever the case is, keep yourself warm, watch, cover your mouth when you sneeze or cough, you know what I mean? They always give you those little warnings, but Esau could always push the second pandemic during the winter, and eventually maybe even make the powers and lights go out.
Yeah, here it is, they talking about giving you a flu shot, but meanwhile the whole time that shit was a COVID-19 shot the whole time,
Yeah, and another thing too,
crazy.
Here's the crazy thing about it, is that even when when it's coming to the dark winter, Esau's claiming Biden was mentioning some shit like that. I think it was during the time of 2021, if I'm not mistaken. I probably might be a year off or so on that, but yeah, that's pretty much what they looking forward to doing. And scriptures also go into how pray that flight be not in the winter.
Yeah.
And I believe that's in the New Testament, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, this devil Esau, he really, he plans shit. He knows the scriptures too. So that time you're gonna have to look forward to miracles and just seeing
signs and wonders everywhere.
Because how we doing time?
14.
Still got a decent amount of time.
Wait, what scripture you need? Revelation what?
16.
Okay, calm.
So yeah, that's what we're looking forward to, And yeah, bring it up.
This is Revelation 16:1. And I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the 7 angels, go your ways and pour out the vials of the wrath of Yahweh Shem Shah upon the earth.
And that vials is going into the plagues, the destruction that the Lord is going to bring upon the earth. He got angels that's literally just waiting to do that. And scriptures tell you in the book of Sirach chapter 39, they be spirits created for vengeance. Actually.
Yeah. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worship his image. So what is that? What is it? The mark of the beast? See, people don't even know what that is.
Exactly. That's going into MOTB.
The chip.
CHIP.
Yeah, the CHIP.
So Esau probably might, of course, put that in the transcript and spell it out the way we did, But basically, what it is, it's when it's coming to the noisome grievous sores, that's literally what happened to people that took the Pt.2, that took the jump shot. You know, after they got the injections in them, they literally had that. Half of their face was frozen. There was some people that had all type of slime coming out their body, their nose. You know, people had all type of like ailments, liquid coming out their feet, like pus. You know what I'm saying? Like it was all type of weird shit that was happening to people at that time. You know, the crazy thing is, another thing too, somebody's tongue was mad. Some people had their tongue being mad fat. And you see one thing about Esau, he's a devil because he's trying to like censor a lot of information that's going out on the public that is exposing, you know, those jump shots. You know, he was trying to censor the videos, block it, and ban it. I know a lot of brothers got their accounts removed because of this devil doing that shit. And you know, in 2019 they mentioned some shit like, you know, with the copper law, there was this whole copper act where if they considered your channel not commercially viable, they could have the right to take down your channel. That's freedom of speech being, you know, basically tampered with. And then on top of it as well, you know, that's also a violation of, you know, of your rights, which we don't really even have, you know, rights anyway in this society, because Esau has all type of laws to basically restrict and limit your rights, especially if he declares a national emergency. So that's how wicked of a devil he is. And that's the scripture talking about how he's the lamb that speaks like a dragon, you know? And that's basically what it is, because a lamb is a docile creature. When you think of a lamb, you're gonna think of somebody that's not even built for war, somebody that's not like an animal that's not built
so that's how he comes
to
to
be
you
a predator.
That's how he comes to you without war. Like he doesn't come with you with the sword.
So that's the same thing with the Bill of Rights, the human rights, all that bullshit that he has, the Declaration of Independence, the articles, you know, or whatever.
But he speaks as a dragon because he wanna slay you.
Yeah, well, yeah, he wanna slay you with his legislations, you know. And that's the Draco, like in the ancient Greece, they had the whole thing with Draco's code, you know, where he pushed like draconian laws, and you know that was pretty much harsh on the people. That's how Esau's doing, you know, and that's basically what it is. You know, Esau has a thing in the society where it goes by this term called ignorantia non juris excusat, or ignorantia legis neminem excusat, going into how ignorance of the law is not an excuse. So this devil could give you make a new law or some shit, and you didn't even know, you know, some bullshit, and then they could already just basically, you know, take away your rights and go as far as arresting you because you violated some little non-offensive law. But that goes to show you how much of a devil Esau is. You know what I mean? Like, there be some shit that you might be, they claim that there's some laws that you probably broken at some point in time, or whatever the case is. But, you know, like some minor offenses that you make or some shit like that. But, you know, one thing about Esau that makes him a super devil is the fact that how, you know, they be shit that people be doing, like, you know, big time criminals, that Esau takes a long time to arrest, right? And then at the same time, it's like they be little offenses that somebody make, and Esau will arrest a person that made a small little offense that's hardly, you know, didn't do any harm to the society.
Like I'm gonna give you jail and life.
Yeah,
life.
But like bring out 2 Peter chapter 3, like jaywalking, for example. You know, so you could get arrested for jaywalking and hop in the train, right? But at the same time, for somebody that's a killer or murderer on the fucking street,
2 Peter 3 and what?
Leave 2 Peter 3 or 9.
Okay.
You mean to tell me that, you know, you're gonna do something like that, arrest a jaywalker or a person that hopped the train, give him $100 ticket or whatever the case is. But at the same time, it's like when it's somebody that literally killed someone, you're gonna basically wait a whole like long time, right, for an actual criminal that's out there killing people. And you mean to tell me you're gonna wait a whole investigation, give him years to wait to arrest him?
2 Peter 3 and 9. The Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is long suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance.
Exactly.
So we're gonna end it there. Not enough time.
Wait. So basically, the Lord is not slack concerning his promise, like the scripture's talking about. So that let's say, call on Allah, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash, the honest apostle, Elsgray, Milson, Isa, Chief,